Hello and good morning. My name is Jennifer Bento-Pinion, and I am here at MEFA on the college planning team as program manager for MEFA Pathway. So we thank you for joining today's mini webinar. We are going to talk about creating and building a resume in MEFA Pathway. So if you're not familiar with MEFA Pathway, MEFA Pathway is a complete college and career planning platform available free of cost for all students in grades 6 through 12. MEFA Pathway plays a key role in the Commonwealth's efforts around college and career readiness by increasing access to information about higher education and career opportunities for all types of students. So every student's path is different. A MEFA Pathway is not a one-size-fits-all approach to future planning, but rather tailored to meet the needs of our diverse populations. So again, Pathway is available for students in grades 6 through 12. And it's really important to start students early thinking about what they would like to do after graduation. So post-secondary planning, super important to start early. So here we are on the landing page of MEFA Pathway. So we're mefapathway.org. And as a student, you would just click, very obvious, I'm a student. And as a first-time user, you would go through the registration process. Every student has to register an account in order to get into the website. So 3 very simple pages that are included in the registration process. So basic information, first name, last name. I'll show you the page here, the first page. First name, last name, date of birth. The student will select what city or town the school is in, and then from there select their school. So once they get to the second page, they create a username, they create a password. They do have to include a working email address. They create 2 security questions. So the security questions in the email address are if they forget their password, and they can reset in that manner. So once they go through the registration process, they will be brought to the login page. So they just pop in their username and password and then click submit. So very, very simple. Maybe takes, a minute and a half to get through the registration process. So once the student logs in, they will be brought to their dashboard. And this is my test account. So my student here has been very busy in MEFA Pathway, as you can see, grade 12 student. And the dashboard here allows the student to look at their next steps within the site. So the website is very intuitive. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot to it. But based on the student's grade level, they will be a list of suggested activities for that grade level. We also have on the dashboard here, we always have a featured scholarship, and then we have this great video series. If you were to click see all videos, it brings you to a page with a number of different videos, and it's highlights different students in their journey to college. So it's just kind of neat to listen to students talk about their actual journey to college. Okay, so we're going to talk about the resume and the profile builder. So as you can see here, we're on right underneath this Create Profile tab. We're going to click on Profile Details. Now, this is something that the student will start maybe in grade 6 or 7. Certainly when they're in grade 9, they're starting to build their profile details, but it's something that will continually grow as the student grows and as they participate in whatever that may be, clubs, sports, community service, that sort of thing. So I'll go through these pages here and just show you how it all works. So personal information, the student can edit any of this information, a lot of which came from when they registered, so they can update that if they like. Their school, so the current school will appear at the top, and then they can add any previously attended schools, or if they are doing any college coursework, if they're dual enrolled, they can add any of that into this school page as well. Academics. So this is a brand new feature that just went live a couple of weeks ago. So this is exciting for us. So student can add in academic information, so their high school GPA. They can input if it's a weighted scale or unweighted, if they've taken any AP courses. They can add in SAT scores, ACT scores, TOEFL, and then once they add these test scores in, the system actually calculates the highest test score. So you can see we have the highest SAT combined, and then over here we have the ACT information. And all of this is editable, and all of this is completely student driven. So if you're one of our affiliate schools, we have approximately 75 affiliate schools in Massachusetts at this time. If you are one of our affiliate schools, and as an educator, you have access to the counselor portal, and you would be able to see all of this information that I'm going to show you within the student side. But you, as the educator, you cannot edit the students' test scores. So that's something that, again, is student driven. So the activities page, this is where the student would add any clubs, sports. Let me just show you how this works. I'm just going to click Add New. So the student, when they're brought to this page to add their activity, they can click on this drop-down box, and there's a number of different activities that are listed. If they find that their activity is not listed, they can just click Other, and then they can type it in. But they, let's just say their type of activity is an internship. They can indicate the grades they were involved, summer, school year, both. Do you plan to continue at college? They want to add, if it's applicable, the position held and description. So that maybe they type in the description of that internship. Important to note that the students need to be aware of grammar, spelling, because we do not have a spell check. So they want to make sure whatever they type in within these pages is how they want it to appear on a resume. Honors and awards. So once the student, let me go back here for a second. Once the student adds any of the activities, they click Save. And they want to make certain that when they click that Save button, they're waiting for this main page to show up. It does take a good 10 seconds. So they want to make certain that they're actually saving those activities within that page. So you just need to be patient. Then we go on to honors and awards. So the student can add in if they've gotten on the honor roll, received any awards. It's pretty self-explanatory. I'll move through the skills and strengths. So the student can, I'll just click edit here to show you how it works. They can select up to 8 skills, and then they can move them around if they want and save it. And then once that's saved, that will appear on that page, just listed out. And then we have the employment page. So adding any employment, and it's really important for the students to think of when they're building these profile pages. It's really important for the students to think about things that they're doing both inside and outside of school. And maybe, employment, it doesn't dawn on them that, oh wow, I've been babysitting for the Smiths for the last 2 years. That's employment. They need to add that in, and colleges want to see that. Certainly, if a resume draft, when a resume draft is being used for employment, for a job application, those folks would want to see that as well. And last but not least, we have the certification page here, and this is new as well. So the student can add anything that they have gotten a certification in. So maybe CPR, or as we have here, we put in the examples of Photoshop. So very simple. Again, just add and fill out the corresponding information and then click Save. So once the student starts adding information within these profile details pages, now we're going to pop over to the resume builder. So all of the additions within those pages now appears on this main resume builder page. So the student can, as you can see, everything is checked off. The student can deselect what they do not want to appear in a particular resume draft. The student can create as many resume drafts as they like. So they can add an objective if they like or not. And then once they select or deselect what they do not want to appear on a draft, they just click save. And then once they click save, they will name that resume, and then it will appear on their saved resumes list. So as you can see, I have 4 saved resumes here. And then from here, the student can, and I typically put a date, but you can name it however you like. They can then in turn edit a particular draft or view it. So I'm going to view this just to show you what it looks like. So we're bringing up this resume draft, name at the top, address, objective was added to this particular draft, and then you'll see whatever the student wanted to show on this. So from here, the student can click modern if they want to see a different resume style. So it's a little bit different looking. And then from here, the student can download this as a PDF and or download as a Word doc. So if they're downloading as a Word doc, they can manipulate the document from there. So they can change the font, they can change the order of things, and then they can save it to their device as well. All right. So very simple way for a student to manage and organize all of the great things that they're doing. Again, this is something that the student will hopefully come in and update on a regular basis, maybe after each semester, after they've completed a sports season, or maybe a club has finished up, they want to add into that those profile details. So again, important for the student to keep updated, because they don't want to be a senior and scrambling to think about all of the great things that they've done throughout the years when they need a resume for a job application or even a college application. All right, so that wraps up today's session on learning how to create and build a resume in MEFA Pathway. I'm going to leave my contact information on the screen here for a couple of minutes. So if anyone has questions, you can certainly reach out directly to me. I do encourage you to create your own, whether you're a student or an educator, create your own student account so you can check out not only the profile and the resume builder, but also you can look into all of the other great features we have within the site. All right, thank you and have a great day. And I'll leave this up for a couple minutes.